This video is a large step towards sounding like the recording. However, there's always more subtleties. The chords are familiar, the strumming isn't so bad. There's basically several levels to playing this song to get to an authentic way. When I say different levels of difficulty, your chords remain the same. G, D, A minor, C. So the first thing to get in your mind is that the G occurs twice, the D occurs twice, the A minor 4 times. Then the G occurs twice, the D twice, and then the C occurs 4 times. So when you get this notion down, that's when you'll be trying to play along. Now, the down strums are where to start. So you can also try a different way of playing G if you want. You can play it this way. I still like to play it this way for the tune, but you may prefer this, which is with the ring finger, thickest string, 3rd fret, middle finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, pinky on the thinnest string, 3rd fret. Because you'll notice with this, the index finger has no other job to do. So that's kind of an advantage to doing it this way. But you may like this way, and that's up to you. I thought I'd mention that's kind of important to optimize the way you play certain chords. Now once you've done a YouTube to MP3 and you have this song, you have to start thinking about certain things, such as your 2 strums on your G. You do the careful switch to D, 2 strums, plucking from the 4th string, switch to your A minor, 4 strums, plucking from the 5th string. You go back to G, and I'm playing the Gibson Gospel, which is not my easiest guitar to play, but has a I wanted to mention this. It's not a booming dreadnought. It's a very just balanced sound, and it's not booming at all. I'm very glad I didn't think about selling this or go through with, because I said it had an odd smell kind of. And that's kind of what you get when you get used instruments. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's less than desirable. This is just a little unusual. But yeah, great. It was definitely the one I wanted to play for this song. So anyway, so then it comes back 2 on G, you have 2 on D, and 4 on C. Now it doesn't have a high action, it's just, it takes a little more to press down different. See, the other thing I wanted to mention was there's no one instrument perfect for, no one guitar is perfect for every situation. It just isn't. So you may need more. You can get, start with one and then you may end up adding to it. So that would be the basic way. 2 on the G. You gotta play along with Bob Dylan. 2 on D, 2 on A minor, 2 on G, 2 on D, and 4 on. Did I say 2 on A minor? No, it's 4 on A minor. I misspoke. 2 on G, 2 on D, 4 A minor. And it goes around again. G. Go to your D chord. Go to your C chord. That's what I meant by it's hard to play, due to the neck profile that I'm not super used to. Sometimes with certain chords you want to make sure it is all ringing out, because there is a more accurate way to play this. And if your strumming is not on point, if your fretting hand is not on point, the sound is going to be off. So before I get to the more accurate way, here's a couple things to keep in mind. You don't want to hold your pick super tightly. You don't want to have your arm, your right arm, be very tense and feel stressed out. And when you're switching chords to make the whole thing work, the fretting hand visibly lifts off the neck, comes off on that last up strum, and this makes the timing all come together. So the more, when you put that together, those ideas with the more accurate way, it's the strumming pattern changes to this: down, down, and we're starting with the G. Down, 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 up, down, up. So we're going for the more accurate way now, like I said. Down, 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 up, down. Because you have to keep in mind what I just told you about the fingers lifting off. Down, 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 up, down, off. See that? So how does that fit in the context of it? Starting with G, once again, because say you've done what I told you, say you've got an MP3 of the song, say you're holding the pick not too tightly, say you don't have a tense arm, say you've got all these chords down. Now you have to see how it fits. So down, 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 up, down, off. D goes down. Down, up, down, off. A minor goes down. Now here's the trick. Down, 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 up, down, off. So you notice something there, that the A minor has twice the duration, and the C chord you're going to see has twice the duration. A minor and C occur for twice as long. So that would, so say I was just playing that A minor again. Down, up, down, 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 off, allowing you to start again. Down, down. Now I can show you. So now looking at the Gibson Gospel dreadnought body here, holding down a G chord, can illustrate what I was saying to you. Down, down, up, down, off. And actually when I was recording the beginning, the little demonstration of the more accurate way, the more like the recording way, I was saying, gee, I didn't hit one of those upstrokes with enough strings. And that's the kind of thing about being a musician. I was actually just listening to an interview today with Rob Halford, and he was saying how as a musician you're always trying to, gee, I could have done that just a little bit better. I could have hit that string just a little bit higher. And that's good, but it's important to not get too obsessive and start moving forward, because what he said was the audience always perceives things different than the way you do. And he wasn't even talking about online lessons, he was talking about playing in a band. But I found that a lot of parallels to what he was saying today. It's been an unusual day for me today, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I wanted to look at this hand just a minute. Comes off. D chord. Down. I gotta make sure I'm playing this guitar. I haven't played this guitar in a long time. When you're switching from these parlor size instruments and you get a square shoulder dreadnought like this in your hands, yeah, it's an adjustment. And I've played it for about maybe less than an hour. Just reviewed the song. G, D chord, more to the strumming hand. And the reason I'm muting in between is to show you, just give you time to change chords. I recommend you slow down the beginning, which I recorded here today. And what I mean, there's more to the strumming. This hand moves around a little bit. You kind of hit some strings all 6, and some you just kind of tap on them a little bit. So I'm talking about, besides embellishments and so on, there's just little things to do with the strumming, but you're gonna have to listen and observe a little bit. But this hand moves around a little bit, and sometimes it strikes all the strings, sometimes it just kind of taps on them, so to speak. You're gonna have to listen a little bit. But the way I played it at the beginning was a nice example for you, as I always try to do. I noticed the last one, that last Bob Marley video I did, which is that was the end of that finale of that series of 9 videos. I noticed that was a little quiet. Picking was a little quiet. And so I gotta be conscious of, sometimes depending on what you play, there's just more volume. Sorry, that's just the way that works. Strumming is gonna sound a lot louder. And that's the way that went. So this video is a big step towards sounding like the recording. However, there's always more subtleties to these famous records. So chords you're familiar with by now. Strumming isn't that bad. Chords G, D, A minor, C. That G occurs twice. So here we are. D occurs twice. A minor 4 times. Remember, these are down strums here. This is how you can play along. Bob Dylan. Twice. D chord. Your C occurs 4 times. 2, 3, 4. And you can try that other way of playing G I described. I thought if you're a pure beginner, at the end I would include where to put your fingers for these chords, because I mentioned there's 2 ways of playing the G for this song. One of them will help you transition to that C a little bit easier, but it's going to require a little extra effort as well. So with this G here, we have our middle finger, 3rd fret thickest string, our index on the 2nd fret 5th string, and our ring on the thinnest string, 3rd fret. That's for the G, the basic way, kind of. Now for this way, see how it kind of switches to the C? That's with the ring on the 3rd fret thickest string. Middle finger is on the 2nd fret 5th string, and our pinky is on the thinnest string, 3rd fret, see? So that would be the difference there. For the D chord, it's our index finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. And by the way, when you play the G, you strum all 6 strings generally. Middle finger on the thinnest string, 2nd fret, and a ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. For this, you strum from 4. So that's an open D. And the rest of your fingers have a job to do. With the thumb, you can see over the back of the neck. You're getting the thickest string, so you want to make sure that you're conscious of playing 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for the A minor, the thumb remains over the back of the neck. Middle finger, 2nd fret, 4th string, ring finger underneath, 2nd fret, 3rd string, index finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. Strumming 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for this chord. Nice sounding chord. Now last chord is a C. I also mentioned before that when switching chords to make the whole thing work, this fretting hand comes off on the last up strum. This helps with the timing. This is something you hear in many records. What comes to mind a lot to me when I think of this technique is the Everly Brothers. So for your C, finally, 3rd fret, 5th string with the ring finger. We have our middle finger here, 2nd fret, 4th string. Index finger, 1st fret, 2nd string.